Today at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, we almost assuredly saw the end of Antonio Brown's career. You all know the story by now. It's all over the internet. It's been all over the sports pages. It's been all over every NFL game you've seen. I don't need to rehash and regurgitate what's public knowledge by now. All I can say is this. It is a damn shame that a guy whose career should be lauded as one of the great wide receivers of our generation, a player who was considered too slow, too small, not one that was an exceptional route runner. This is all the stuff that was said on his drafts card coming out of Central Michigan. And again, there's a reason he went to Central Michigan. Instead of talking about him as a great overachiever that overcame every single odd that was put in front of him, instead of talking about him as a multi-time Pro Bowler, a multi-time All-Pro, a guy who had over 12,000 receiving yards, over 80 touchdowns, a guy who was on the All-Decade team in the 2010s, we're not going to talk about any of that when we write the final chapter of Antonio Brown's book 10 years from now. We're going to talk about this crap. We're going to talk about how his career has gone since 2018, when he had his messy and acrimonious departure from Pittsburgh. We're going to talk about his brief tenure in Oakland, which was a disaster. We're going to talk about his one-game tenure in New England. And it seemed like when he got this next chance in Tampa Bay, that he had, by and large, got back on track. Yeah, it wasn't a smooth sailing. It wasn't 100% perfect. But by and large, everything seemed to be okay. Then today, this happens. There's not going to be another chance for him. Nobody is going to want to take that risk. It's over. His career is done. And I don't know what's going on with Antonio Brown. I don't know if he's having mental issues. I don't know if he's having early onset of CTE. I don't know if that hit from Vontaze Burfict really did something to him. I don't know. I don't know Antonio Brown personally. All I can say is I hope whatever it is he's going through, he gets help. Because it is a damn shame to me that this is how his career ends. And this is how he's ultimately going to be remembered. We're not going to remember what a great receiver he was. And he really was a great receiver on that field. Yet, the whole narrative can be shifted based off of how you act professionally. And he wasn't that at the end. This is a guy who's forever going to be remembered for walking out on Ben Roethlisberger, walking out on Tom Brady, two first ballot Hall of Famers, two of the great quarterbacks ever to play the game. This is a guy who's going to be remembered for quitting on Mike Tomlin, quitting on Bruce Arians, two of the more player-friendly coaches you'll ever see. And that sucks. His narrative should have ended far better than this, but it's not going to. So again, I close out this video by saying I hope whatever it is Antonio Brown is going through, he gets help for. And I hope that 20 or 30 years from now, we look back on Antonio Brown and we look at him a lot differently. And we see that this is a man who came out of Central Michigan, a school in the MAC. You know, he didn't go to Alabama. He didn't go to Michigan. He didn't go to Ohio State. He went to a school in the MAC. And not a high-profile school in the MAC either. We're not talking about a school that has a track record of success. We're talking a bottom feeder in the MAC. Managed to be picked in the 6th round. Many people didn't even think he was going to wind up being picked. And had a much better career than he ever should have. Wound up being the highest paid receiver in the National Football League at one point, before it all came crashing down. Hopefully people one day will be able to look at the numbers and realize that once upon a midnight yonder, this was one hell of a wide receiver. Until next time, I'm JP. We'll talk soon.